Hey gang, it's Leila here from the Comic Connection in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada with this week's comic book reviews. First up, we've got Green Lantern number 43, written by Jeff Johns with art by Doug Mahnke. This is sort of the prologue to the whole Blackest Night thing that is really kicking off next week. So it's sort of subtitled Tale of the Black Lantern. And we go backwards to sort of witness the birth of the Black Lantern, William Hand, or as he's known, the Black Hand, and his childhood living in a mortuary in which his family lives in and works in, obviously, and then what happens to them later on. I was really excited when I saw this cover because I was like, ooh, it's going to be the story about Bruce Wayne coming back and being a Black Lantern, but it's not at all. I'm not really sure why that part's on the cover at all because there's no hint of that kind of storyline really at all. But overall I did like this story. It was cool to learn about the Black Hand's history, but just, you know, the cover sort of confused me. But there's really beautiful art inside, and this really bodes well for Blackest Night. I think it's going to be a really awesome storyline. Even if you're not into Green Lantern, you should definitely start picking these up. This is going to be the DC Comics event of the summer. Next up, we've got Wednesday Comics number 1. This is the first of the weekly series that is told in a newspaper format, which folds out kind of like so. It's got lots of different stories, basically one per page, so there's over 20 stories in here by different artists and different creators. This is just one page to show you. I'll say that I liked some of the stories. I liked the Wonder Woman one, and the Batman, and the Superman. Even the Metal Men was kind of cool. But there's a lot of stories where not a lot really happens in them, which is sort of my problem with the format. Like, one page is really hard to grab readers, so you have to be like a really, really good artist and writer to grab fans and want them to pick up the next issue the next week and follow a continuing story that really hasn't gone anywhere in the first week. Some of the creators did that in this one, and some of them didn't. So I'm hoping that this format really grabs on because I really do like the big pages in the newspaper format, but it might not be for everybody out there.
Hey folks, Jim here with this week's comic book reviews. First up, Furrlough Color Special number 1, with featuring art and stories by Fred Perry, Ben Dunn, Smudge Hansen, Terry Smith, Poinco, Heather Bruton, J.L. Anderson, and more. If you're a furry fan, this is the book for you. It's got tons of great stories, tons of great art. It's simply fantastic and in full color. You're going to love this if you're a furry fan. Pick it up. Next up, Buffy number 26, written by Jane Espenson, with art by George Jonte. In this one, the New Slayer base in Scotland is attacked, leading to Buffy and gang escaping on a sub. While on the sub, Buffy has Willow do one big spell, and the gang end up in front of a monastery with a familiar face looking on. Oz. If you're a fan of Buffy, you've been waiting for this for years. The return of Oz is something big for the Buffy fans, and this one's no exception. This is a good story, good art. I haven't seen Jonte do better in quite a little while. And the writer for having Jane Espenson on the book is not a bad touch too. Next up, Gold Digger, Tiffany and Charlotte, second semester, number 1. Written by Fred Perry with art by J.L. Anderson. In this one, Tiff and Charlotte get a taste for ballet and accidentally end up in a battle talent show, using their newly acquired ballet skills to survive. This was a laugh riot. J.L. Anderson's art just gets better and better with time, and I'm sure she's going to be a big name one of these days, and trust me when I say she is quite good and deserving of wider recognition. And last but not least, Prince of Heroes number 4, written and drawn by Rod Espinoza. In this one, after the goddess Sasha Ray intervenes on Ronan's behalf, Ronan must still defeat an enemy battalion aboard the ship. Once again, if you're not buying a Rod Espinoza book, what's wrong with you? The art's simply gorgeous. Everything is simply great. If you're a fan of Rod Espinoza, you're going to love it. If you're a fan of great fantasy tales, you're absolutely going to love it. So pick this book up. You're not going to regret it.
Hi everyone, it's Crystal with this week's comic book reviews. Up first, we have Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time, The Eye of the World, number 1. So this is the first series in hopefully what's going to be the entire Robert Jordan book series, but it's starting with The Eye of the World, not New Spring, which is technically the first chronological book if you've ever read all of the books. Anyways, the story is by Jordan and Dixon with art by Cooney. So in this episode we meet some of the really important characters, Rand, Matt, Moraine, and Lan. And we see Rand and his father bring their harvests to the town, and Rand and his friend Matt both see a mysterious stranger and meet both Lan and Moraine. So not too much exciting plot development, but we have to sort of get introduced to the characters. I'm really loving the art for this series, and I'm really excited about the possibility of getting to see the whole Robert Jordan series in this format. So if you're a Robert Jordan fan, I highly recommend it. Pick it up. Okay, next we have President Evil with art and story by David Hutchison. In this episode, the President crash lands Air Force One in a Washington cemetery to discover that the swine flu has turned the American population into zombies. Along with his sidekicks, McPain, Sarah Paladin, and Hillary, he destroys zombies on his way to the White House to get some important information in order to help fight the new zombie swine flu war. Funny, very, very, very cheesy and campy. So if you don't like cheesy and campy, don't even bother. But funny, and the art is also good. And last but not least, No Hero number 6 with story by Ellis and the art by Rip. In this issue, Korik reveals the true nature of the organization to their newest member, which results in 2 deaths of different team members. This is my first time reading No Hero. It's very interesting, it's very graphic, it's definitely not appropriate for a younger audience. It reminds me a lot of The Boys, only with less sex, and the team has a lot more money. But I've enjoyed it. I would like to read more No Hero. So if you haven't tried this one out, I would recommend trying to see if you can't get your hands on issue number 1, because it seems very interesting. That's it for today.